Going into this fight, I thought David Lemieux would beat Billy Joe Saunders. It was more of a, I wanted him to beat Billy Joe kind of thing. I thought it would be closer, fight being in Canada, and he would get the nod whether he deserved it or not. I was dead wrong. I had this fight 9-3 in favor of Billy Joe Saunders. I thought that if he really wanted to in the later rounds, if he was to sit down on some of those punches, I think he could have had Lemieux out of there. But a lot of that was him playing it safe. And as good as his stamina seemed to be compared to his past fights, I saw him wearing down. But I thought it was a good win. And, I guess you got to give Billy Joe Saunders some props for schooling David Lemieux. Still thought that he could have stopped him had he, sat down on some of those punches and got him out of there. But a win's a win, I guess. All right, so where does Billy Joe Saunders go from this fight? You heard him call out Gennady Golovkin at the end of the fight. I think if that fight was to happen next, if the Canelo and Triple G fight, the rematch doesn't come through for whatever reason, this would be a better fight. I think it would be a better fight now. I still would take Golovkin to beat him, and I would take Golovkin to beat him by a late round stoppage. But if he can't, it would be competitive. It would be competitive. It makes sense for Billy Joe Saunders to go after this fight now, especially that it's more likely bigger money, and I think he helped himself by finally fighting on HBO where the American fans, I guess, got to see him. So it would make this fight a lot better. If the fight doesn't go through because of Canelo and the Golovkin rematch goes through, which would make more sense for Golovkin to go for that fight because of the fight, obviously because of the money involved. I think Billy Joe Saunders should go after or make a fight with Danny Jacobs. That would be a very good fight, in my opinion. You make that fight, you schedule that fight for somewhere maybe in early spring of 2018. Have that fight somewhere in the UK or over here in the States, preferably the Garden or in Brooklyn. It would be a great fight, a fight that I think that it's a 50-50 kind of fight where Billy Joe Saunders will have a very good chance of winning. That's what I think Billy Joe Saunders should do. I think he should make a fight with Danny Jacobs first and see if he can get the winner of Canelo and Golovkin rematch, if that goes through, if the rematch goes through. If he goes in there, he fights Jacobs, can't get the Canelo, or rather the Golovkin rematch, the Golovkin fight for the unification of all belts at middleweight, go for Danny Jacobs. That's a very good fight. That's a very good fight that makes a lot of sense, and it could be, the incentives of whoever wins that fight could be really big for both guys. Anyway, that is my video. Peace.